By the end of this session, you won't just understand your teenager better, but you'll understand yourself in those moments too. And that's where everything changes. So, most parents, we don't struggle because we don't care. We struggle because in the moment we are triggered. So, for example, our teen slams a door and I immediately we feel disrespected. Our teen says, I'm fine. And then we feel shut out, or they're glued to the phone and then we feel powerless. So when your teen goes into a mood, consider that you go into a mood as well. And that is the breakthrough. So every human being goes through mood states or emotional states, not randomly, but in patterns. And so just to illustrate that, I want to share the JCF treasure, which is the JCF mood map. And the JCF mood map shows two things. Let's just see if we can get this. It shows two things. So it shows how much or how little energy you have. So how much or how little energy you have, or how you're feeling in that moment. Are you feeling really, really positive and really, really good? Or are you feeling really, really rubbish and really, really negative? And it's those two things, how much or how little energy we have in that moment, or the degree of pleasantness, we're feeling really, really good, or we're feeling really, really rubbish, that gives us that mood in the moment. And just consider that before we can really look at the mood of our teen, we need to understand what's going on with ourselves, because this is so where do you go when your teen is difficult? So when your teen shuts down, for example, do you go into the red up there, or do you go into the blue? Yeah. So do you go, are you kind of like anxious or stressed, or do you feel down or depressed or weary? And also as well, so when your teen is rude, where does that put you? Does it put you up over there? Anger? Or when your teen is distant, where does that put you? Because like I wouldn't be surprised if you felt maybe rejected. So you'll be dejected or rejected down here. So it's a rubbish mood and low energy down here. So let's just talk about this. So when your teen shuts down and you become anxious, and that means that you're over here in the red, like we've got the chemical or the hormone adrenaline reigning there. And adrenaline is not a chemical that where it invites you to be cool and calm and work things out and figure things through. Adrenaline, back in the day when we were being considered as prey and we were being chased, we would have a shot of adrenaline so we could escape our threat or escape the prey and give us enough energy to be able to survive in the world of survival. And today, that threat might not be that bear or that tiger or that lion, but it might be an unhealthy relationship. It might be an argument that we've had with a loved one. It might be a cause of an argument or falling out with one of our colleagues, or any kind of like relationship like that. And if we don't manage it, then those levels of adrenaline are really high and we end up here. So high energy, low mood, or feeling really, really rubbish. And then what our body's telling us is that we need to escape that threat. We need to escape and run away from it and get out of it. And then really we're sitting in that, and then we, and speaking to our teen or a person in our life when we're up here doesn't work, because it's not a hormone that invites us to start thinking and rationalizing and thinking things through. It's just a hormone, a chemical that just gets us out of that threat too sweet, so straight away, because in that moment, because we escape, and once we've escaped, then we can start thinking more calmly. And so let's consider as well, like when your teen is rude, then we're up there in the reds. We're just, maybe you might be feeling incensed or angry or overwhelmed or or stressed. And again, it's adrenaline that's there raining in that moment. And in those moments, we want to escape that perceived threat. So we can't really think or rationalize things through. And then in the third example, where the teen is distant and then we become rejected and we're down here in the blue feeling melancholic, we've got the hormone or chemical cortisol there, which is in a similar way, it's not meant for us to be working things through over the long term. So what do? We don't try and get out of the mood on our own. It's important for us to recognize where we are first, and recognizing that we're over here. It's important we bring ourselves over here, over to the bright side of the map or the light side of the map, because there where it's yellow and green, we've got the chemicals. We've got oxytocin, we've got endorphins, we've got serotonin. And these hormones and chemicals are the ones that can think through situations in a more calm and logical manner. So we can't guide our teens when we're in that mood ourselves and we're in the red, and when we're in the blue. It's important that we may find a way to shift ourselves over to the bright side, and when we're in the bright side, then we can be managing our team. So I want you to think of something. So think of the last moment, the last difficult moment that you were with your teen. What did they do? And then when they did what they did, what mood were they in? So using the JCF mood map, can you tell what mood they were in? And then the third thing is, what mood did you go into because of the mood that they were in? And this is the moment where parenting either escalates or transforms. So the next step, I want us to use the mood map in real life. And there's 6 steps here. And the first few steps we're going to do here in this video. And then the rest we're going to do in part 2. So first of all, when something happens, so your teen, they're there on their mobile phone, and you can tell that they're just like not in communication. They're kind of like got that blank look in their eyes, and they're just there like playing with their phone. And notice the mood. Notice that mood in the moment, because that is the mood that we need to be looking at, not at their behavior. Yeah. So if they're withdrawn, if they're there on the phone and they're acting withdrawn, it's not that they don't care. Or if they're overwhelmed, it doesn't mean that they're disrespectful. So let's focus on the mood. So first, don't react, name the mood. And then once you've named the mood, then it's important that step 2, that we regulate ourselves. So regulate yourself first. So looking at their mood and then looking at yourself, just regulate yourself. Let's say, for example, that they have, they're there on the phone and they're just really into their phone, and they're kind of like locked you out, and then you're feeling in the red. So here you are in the red, and your rubbish mood, high energy, and like, first of all, you need to get yourself over here so you can speak with your teen or the young person in your life. So what is it that you do? So it's really up to you how you do that. And first of all, you need to manage yourself. So deep breathing is great, because as we breathe in, sometimes that's a really good way of bringing down our mood and bringing down what we're thinking, and then and creating that pause. Also, lowering your voice. If you've got a high voice, then chances are you're there and you're kind of like adrenaline up, and you're ready to you're in the process of being triggered. So take a deep breath, and also feel free to step away if you need to step away for a moment, just to kind of get yourself back onto the bright side or the right side of the map. If you need to have a conversation with somebody and phone a friend, you need to do that as well. You need to go out for a walk, you need to do that, and you do that, because calm is contagious and so is chaos. So if you come from a triggered place, then you'll continue to trigger them, and it escalates. And if you come from a calm place, then that's even better for them. And so once you've identified their mood, and then you're regulating your own mood, and then the step 3 is to really meet them where they are, exactly where they are. And we're going to say more about that in the next video, in part 2 of this video. So therefore today we've looked at the JCF mood map is our treasured possession. And what we're seeing with the JCF mood map is not only for our teens to use and manage their mental health and well-being through managing their mood, but for us as well as adults, for us to look at our mood and to be able to manage our mood and find ways of changing our mood. And even though there's nothing wrong to be on the red side and the blue side, it's only designed for us to have adrenaline and cortisol for short amounts of time, for maybe minutes or hours or days. And what's going on in today's society is that levels of cortisol and adrenaline are building up for weeks and months and sometimes even years. And then as a result of that, we're having physical illnesses, and then the body, we're not equipped for that. So it's really just noticing and identifying where we are as adults, because when we're also speaking from that place, then it's the young person in our life or the teen in our life is less likely to listen. So what we need to do is find ways of bringing ourselves over here. So what ways have you found to bring yourself over the bright side or the calmer side of the map that will enable you to provide that space for the teen in your life to listen to you and get you, and for you to have them heard and listen to them? So thank you for watching this video. And in the next video, we're going to finish those 6 steps, not only looking at how we regulate ourselves, but then we go on to regulate the teen in our lives. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.